How to generate more results in less time? Hey, I'm Sarah from mostmotion, and I'm here with another video for every sports or fitness coach who wants to do everything they humanly possibly can to improve their clients' and participants' results and help them avoid injury as well. So, how do we generate more results in less time? Well, the first thing we need to consider is the biggest mistake that most coaches make, and that is thinking that the results come from the main body of their training. So it may well be that you're thinking about skills and drills and maybe your workouts or your match practice or your main session. But this is why many coaches overrun their session time, and it's also not really where the majority of the results come from. Now, the truth is that poor joint movement creates poor performances. So it doesn't really matter how long you spend trying to improve the performance of somebody. If they have poor joint movement and you haven't done anything to address that, then their performance is going to suffer as a result of that, whether it's the performance in that immediate training or whether it's performance for a major event or something like that. So the standard approach to how coaches deal with it is to do a warm-up. And this is focused on raising heart rate and body temperature and stuff like that. It can be anything from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. Let's say you're, I don't know, a football, soccer coach. You might have people jogging up and down the pitch. You might have them doing side steps. You might have them waving their arms around as well. You're trying to raise the heart rate. You're trying to gradually increase the intensity of the exercise. But none of this focuses specifically on the joint movement itself. So if you manage to improve any of that kind of stuff, it's more, it comes about more as an accident than anything else. And over time, your the ability for joints to move may well decrease and it may well increase, but that result is really left to kind of chance. So the injury hackering way to do it, though I call smart coaching, is to raise the heart rate and the body temperature and joint movement at the same time. Now, this might sound like a really complex affair, but it really isn't. This is what I call applied variety of movement, and any fool can add variety of movement to what they're doing. But the difference between that and understanding what you're actually trying to achieve is huge. So smart coaches know why they're doing stuff. We're not just randomly adding crazy movements and crazy amounts of variety to those movements either. There's always a reason for it. And an example I like to use is the toes in, toes out example. So let's go back to the footballing warming up scenario. If you were running or jogging up and down the pitch and you ran alternately turning your toes in and toes out like this, then you would be doing more to warm up and increase the temperature of the ligaments and all the tissues inside the hip joint, as well as the knee changing direction, as well as the ankle changing direction. That has an impact on the back, and that can have an impact higher up the chain as well. So just by adding something simple like toes in, toes out, you can really influence how well you're improving the range of movement, of the joint movement capabilities of people in your session. And then you don't have to stop there. You can layer on extra things like changing your upper body position. You can rotate. You can, do hands above your head, hands to one side. You could do anything like that while the toes are still going in and out. And all these things are influencing how the body moves and how well it can move in different places. And the difference between the standard warm-up and the smart coach warm-up is intention. That's all it is. It's intention, but we're basically just not leaving these things to chance. So these minor tweaks that you can make within your session, within your movement, you don't have to stop and stretch. You don't have to stop and foam roll. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You can just do it while you are coaching. And just these simple little tweaks can make huge improvements over time. So in your warm-up, if you are intentionally trying to improve joint movement, then you are properly preparing the body to move for training. And that way, you're going to increase technique. You're going to give people more efficiency of movement, and you're going to give them more satisfaction with their session as well, because they will be performing very well. Most of the time we hear people say things like, oh, I didn't realize I was running so fast, it just felt easy. And that is because we properly prepared the body for the movements that we want them to do. Because after all, it doesn't really matter what sport you're in, doesn't matter what area of fitness you coach, you need the body to move properly to be able to do it. And things like skill acquisition and efficiency of movement, so like fitness, essentially how much effort it takes to move, are the things that you're trying to achieve with your session anyway. So why not spend your warm-up helping that to happen in the process? And if we add that to the opportunity that a cool down gives, and I'm not talking about just walking to the shower, okay, because your session overran because you were focusing on trying to get more results out of the session. If you use your cool down properly, then you can help to switch the brain, switch the body back into the rest and digest nervous system. That helps to increase recovery. So it improves recovery, it improves sleep, it can improve digestion, it can improve nutrition absorption, all these things just by allowing the brain to do what it should be doing, what it's designed to do, what it's good at doing. So if we spend 5 minutes warming up and we spend 10 minutes cooling down, then overall we have spent an extra 15 minutes in every single session improving joint movement, which is helping to improve our technique, improve our skill acquisition, improve recovery, improve sleep, all those kinds of things that we're trying to get our clients to do anyway will be happening in your warm-up and your cool down. And that is how you get more results out of less time, because you're not having to try and squish a whole load of stuff in and focus on, random stuff, or you're trying to do too much too quickly and you don't really spend much time on each of them. If you can focus properly and have good intentions in what you're doing, then you can achieve much more. And let's face it, when you're moving around, your body is likely to improve much quicker than if you're doing static stretching or foam rolling or anything like that you might be doing. So if you wanted to read more about how this works, then I did a comparison with a group of runners. One did a standard warm-up, the other did a Smart Coach warm-up in the Coach's Guide to Long-Term Injury Prevention Success, my best-selling Amazon book. If you want to read that, you can find it in step 2 in activating stealth mode. And if you want to grab your copy of that book, if you don't have one yet, then you totally should. Then go to mostmotion.com/book. I will put the link in the comments. So if you have struggled with warming up people, especially if they're maybe over 40 or something like that, they seem to take ages. If you want more ideas, tips, tricks, anything like that, add in the comments below. And also you can come and join the Facebook community at injuryhackers.com, and I'll put that link in the comments as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.